Welcome to our journey across Europe by train. In this session, we'll discover how Europe's most iconic rail routes connect history, culture, and breathtaking scenery. From grand capitals to charming villages, each line offers more than just transportation. It's a moving window into Europe's story. Whether you dream of sipping wine in French vineyards, crossing the Alps, or watching the Irish coastline roll by, this presentation is designed to inspire your next adventure, one scenic rail journey at a time. Traveling by train in Europe is unlike any other experience. It's not only about getting from point A to point B, it's about immersing yourself in the journey. Trains glide through landscapes that flights only fly over. You'll see castles perched on hills, medieval towns, rivers, and vineyards all unfolding just outside your window. Today, we'll take you across Europe, highlighting the routes that best combine history, culture, and scenery, and showing how a train journey can become the highlight of your trip, not just the way to get there. Why choose the train when exploring Europe? Because traveling by rail here is more than just transportation, it's part of the experience itself. First, there's the scenery. On a plane, you fly above the landscape. On a train, you glide through it. Out your window, you'll see castles perched on hilltops, vineyards stretching across valleys, and villages that seem untouched by time. In France, you might pass lavender fields glowing purple in the summer sun. In Switzerland, glittering lakes framed by snow-capped peaks. In Spain, golden plains dotted with olive trees. Every mile is like a moving postcard. Then there's the history and romance of the rails. Europe's train stations are icons in themselves. Grand halls in Paris, ornate facades in Budapest, modern glass domes in Berlin. When you step into these stations, you're walking in the footsteps of generations of travelers, from aristocrats on the Orient Express to modern commuters. The romance of European train travel has been celebrated in films, novels, and music for over a century. And when you board, you become part of that story. Practicality also plays a big role. Trains deliver you directly into the heart of the city. No long taxi rides or expensive transfers from airports on the outskirts. You step off and you're already where you want to be. In Florence's Renaissance Center, London's bustling core, or Prague's Old Town. Add to that the convenience of no liquid restrictions, no long security lines, and far more space to move than on a plane. You can walk around, enjoy a meal in the dining car, or simply relax with your luggage right above you. Finally, train travel reflects a growing awareness of sustainability. Choosing the train over short haul flights dramatically reduces your carbon footprint, making your journey not only enjoyable but also responsible. In Europe, the train is not just the way to get somewhere. It's a front row seat to history, culture, and scenery, turning every journey into an adventure before you've even reached your destination. Beyond the romance and scenery, traveling by train in Europe offers very practical advantages that make the journey both smart and comfortable. First, let's talk about time and convenience. Train stations are located right in the heart of the city. That means you avoid the long, expensive transfers from distant airports. Step off the train, and you're already where you want to be. Walking distance from hotels, landmarks, and attractions. Next is comfort and flexibility. On most trains, you have far more space than on an airplane or bus. There's room to move, stretch your legs, or grab a coffee in the dining car. Unlike flying, there are no strict baggage rules or long security lines, so the journey feels more relaxed from start to finish. Another advantage is the possibility of affordable upgrades. Moving from standard to first class often costs far less than an airline upgrade, yet it brings perks like larger seats, quieter coaches, and sometimes complimentary snacks and drinks. It's an easy way to add luxury to your journey without breaking the budget. Train travel is also excellent for saving money and time. Overnight sleeper trains, for example, allow you to combine transport with accommodation, covering long distances while you sleep and waking up in a new city ready to explore. Passengers often find this not only efficient, but also a unique and memorable travel experience. Finally, there are discounts and passes designed to make train travel even more affordable. Seniors, youth, and groups often qualify for reduced fares, and country specific or multi country passes give you the freedom to hop on and off trains at a fraction of the cost of buying tickets individually. So while the romance of train travel is part of the story, the reality is that it's often the most convenient, comfortable, and cost effective way to explore Europe. Not all European rail networks are created equal. Countries like Switzerland, France, Germany, Austria, Italy, and Spain boast world class systems, fast, reliable, and scenic. Others like the UK, Portugal, and Ireland offer excellent journeys, but on smaller or more fragmented networks. And in parts of Eastern Europe and the Balkans, the trains can be slower, but they offer a charm of their own. Knowing where trains shine and where they're less practical helps you plan smarter, making the most of Europe's rail strengths while setting the right expectations for less equipped routes. Now that we've seen why train travel is such a smart and inspiring choice, let's take a look at where this journey will take us today. On this map, you can see the countries and routes we'll be exploring. Each line represents one of Europe's most iconic rail experiences, from the vineyards of France down to the Mediterranean Riviera, through the Swiss Alps on the Grand Rail Tour, across Italy's historic cities, and up into the rolling green landscapes of Ireland. We'll also venture into Central Europe, Prague, Vienna, and Budapest, before heading west into Spain and Portugal, where vibrant capitals like Madrid, Barcelona, and Lisbon are connected by high speed rail. And of course, we'll highlight the journeys linking the UK and Scotland, from Edinburgh to York and London. As the animated train paths light up across the map, think of it as our travel blueprint, a network of stories, cultures, and landscapes waiting to be discovered. Each line you see here is more than a route. It's an invitation to experience history, scenery, and adventure, one train journey at a time. France is a dream to explore by rail, with Paris as your grand starting point. Stepping into Gare de Lyon or Gare du Nord is like entering a palace of travel. Soaring ceilings, bustling travelers, and the energy of journeys beginning. From here, the high speed TGV whisks you into the countryside at 300 kilometers per hour. Imagine sipping a coffee as the Parisian suburbs fade into rolling vineyards and medieval towns. Bordeaux greets you with its world famous wine estates and riverfront promenades, while Burgundy offers a patchwork of vineyards and villages that feel like time has paused. But France doesn't stop there. Continue south to the Mediterranean, and the scenery shifts again. The French Riviera sparkles, Nice with its seaside promenade, Cannes with its film festival glamour, and Marseille blending Provençal charm with a vibrant port culture. From the train window, you see olive groves, turquoise waters, and hillside towns perched above the coast. What makes French rail special is the contrast. In just a few hours, you can move from the sophistication of Parisian boulevards to sipping rosé in Provence or enjoying the sea breeze in the Riviera. Train travel connects not just the destinations, but the flavors, cultures, and lifestyles that make France so irresistible. Switzerland is often called the world's ultimate rail destination, and the Grand Rail Tour proves why. Beginning in Zurich, the modern business capital, you set off toward Interlaken, where two pristine lakes meet beneath the snow-capped Bernese Alps. As the train climbs, you'll see waterfalls tumbling down cliffs and alpine villages that look lifted from a storybook. From Interlaken, continue to Montreux, where the vineyards of Lavaux terrace down toward Lake Geneva. This is Switzerland at its most elegant: jazz festivals, lakeside promenades, and views of the French Alps across the water. Then it's on to Zermatt, where the Matterhorn rises like a pyramid of stone and ice. Few experiences match arriving in a village with no cars, where every lane frames that world famous peak. The adventure continues aboard the Glacier Express, known as the slowest express train in the world, because the scenery is too beautiful to rush. Panoramic windows reveal glaciers, deep valleys, and winding viaducts. In St. Moritz, glamour meets mountain air. Then comes the Bernina Express, crossing into Italy through the UNESCO-listed Bernina Pass. Spiraling tunnels and dramatic bridges set against glaciers and alpine lakes. From Tirano, you circle back north through Lugano's Italian-Swiss charm, Lucerna's medieval old town, and St. Gallen's Baroque Abbey Library before ending back in Zurich. Each leg is different, yet all are seamlessly connected. The Grand Rail Tour is not just a loop through Switzerland. It's a master class in scenic rail travel, combining perfect efficiency with landscapes that seem designed to take your breath away. Italy by rail is pure romance, where every station is a gateway to history, art, and flavor. Begin in Rome, the eternal city. The train station leaves you steps away from the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, and Baroque piazzas alive with fountains and cafes. Rome is a city where every corner feels like a stage set, and arriving by train places you right in the heart of it. From here, high-speed trains whisk you to Florence in under 2 hours. The journey takes you through the rolling Tuscan hills, dotted with vineyards, olive groves, and farmhouses. Florence is the birthplace of the Renaissance. Michelangelo's David, Brunelleschi's Dome, and world-class galleries await. Yet Florence is also about simple pleasures: a cappuccino in a piazza, a sunset over the Arno, and Tuscan food that connects art with appetite. Next, Venice, one of the world's most unique cities. The train glides across a causeway, delivering you straight into a floating masterpiece of canals, gondolas, and palaces. There are few moments in travel as powerful as stepping off a train in Venice and realizing you've entered a city with no cars, only water and romance. Extend your journey north to Milan, Italy's capital of fashion, design, and cutting-edge energy. Here, the Duomo's Gothic spires stand beside modern skyscrapers, and elegant boutiques line every boulevard. From Milan, a short ride takes you to Lake Como, a jewel cradled by mountains. Villas and gardens line the shore, while ferries connect villages that seem untouched by time. Italy by train is more than efficient. It's theatrical, emotional, and immersive. Each leg delivers a new act in the story of art, history, and la dolce vita. Ireland's most convenient and fascinating rail route connects Dublin with Belfast, but it feels like more than just a link. It's a journey through two identities. Starting in Dublin, you'll find a city brimming with literature, music, and laughter. Trinity College houses the illuminated Book of Kells, while Temple Bar pulses with traditional music in every pub. Georgian doors, leafy parks, and the River Liffey set the scene. From here, the train hugs the Irish Sea, offering views of fishing villages, sandy beaches, and rolling hills. It's one of those journeys where you want to keep your camera ready. Arriving in Belfast, the story shifts. This is a city that has transformed from a history of shipbuilding and conflict into a destination of resilience and creativity. The Titanic Belfast Museum tells the story of the ill-fated liner built here, while the murals of the Falls and Shankill roads reflect a city's complex past. Yet Belfast today buzzes with new energy: restaurants, markets, and cultural festivals. This return journey captures Ireland's dual spirit: Dublin's warmth and wit paired with Belfast's resilience and rebirth. In just a few hours, the train shows you two capitals, two stories, and one unforgettable experience. Britain's East Coast Main Line is one of Europe's classic journeys. Begin in Edinburgh, where the castle rises from volcanic rock and bagpipes echo through the Royal Mile. Edinburgh is a city of contrasts: medieval closes and Georgian squares, world famous festivals, and pubs where literary giants once sat. Boarding the train south, you'll soon see the Scottish countryside roll past: green hills, stone cottages, and glimpses of the rugged North Sea coast. Next stop, York. This medieval city is like stepping back centuries. Walk its well preserved city walls, explore the soaring York Minster, one of Europe's greatest Gothic cathedrals, and wander the Shambles, a narrow lane so charming it inspired Harry Potter's Diagon Alley. York embodies England's medieval past, yet feels alive with energy, from markets to river cruises. Finally, London. The train pulls into King's Cross Station, famous for Harry Potter's platform 9 3/4, but also a gateway to one of the world's most dynamic cities. London is a city of icons: Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, the West End, and the Tower of London. But it's also about hidden treasures: street food in Borough Market, riverside walks along the Thames, or a quiet corner in Hyde Park. This journey shows how rail ties together three very different faces of Britain: Scotland's dramatic heritage, York's medieval charm, and London's global energy. And along the way, you experience not just destinations, but the joy of arriving directly into their historic hearts. One of the greatest strengths of European train travel is how effortlessly it connects countries. Borders seem to disappear, and in a single journey, you can experience multiple cultures, cuisines, and landscapes, all without the hassle of airports. Take, for example, the classic Italy Switzerland France combination. You could start on Italy's Mediterranean coast, with its seaside villages and warm culture. A few hours later, the train is climbing into Switzerland's snow capped Alps, where lakes shimmer beneath mountain peaks. Then continue west into France, arriving directly in Paris with its boulevards, museums, and cafes. Three countries, three completely different atmospheres, yet linked together seamlessly by rail. Or consider Ireland and Scotland. Begin in Dublin with its Georgian charm, literary history, and lively pubs. From there, take the short rail and ferry connection into Scotland, where castles crown the hills, bagpipes echo through the streets, and rugged coastlines inspire travelers with Celtic tradition. In just a few days, you've experienced two nations tied together by heritage and storytelling. And then there's the Central Europe trio: Vienna, Prague, and Budapest. These three capitals are connected by smooth, direct trains. You can go from Vienna's imperial palaces to Prague's fairy tale Old Town, and on to Budapest's thermal baths and Danube views, each with its own flavor and history, yet all linked in a single loop. The benefits of multi country itineraries are clear. Border crossings are seamless, with modern trains gliding straight through. You get to experience a diversity of landscapes and cultures in one trip: alpine peaks, riverside capitals, seaside towns, without worrying about airports or long transfers. And thanks to Europe's extensive rail passes, these itineraries can be as short or as long as you like, whether it's a long weekend across two countries or a 2 week adventure through five. When we look at the route maps and the iconic landmarks from each destination, we see not just travel lines, but connections between experiences. This is the real beauty of multi country tours. Each journey feels like many trips rolled into one, yet with the ease and comfort of stepping onto a single train. The Iberian Peninsula is vibrant and diverse, and rail is the perfect way to explore it. Begin in Barcelona, where Gaudi's architecture transforms the skyline into a living artwork. The Sagrada Familia rises like a dream in stone, while Park Güell and the Gothic Quarter invite you to wander. Barcelona is a city of beaches and boulevards, tapas and nightlife, and the train connects it seamlessly to the rest of Spain. In just a few hours, you reach Madrid aboard the AVE high-speed train. Atocha station greets you with a surprise, a tropical garden inside its glass dome. Madrid is Spain's cultural heart, home to the Prado Museum, the Royal Palace, and broad boulevards where locals gather late into the night. Food here is part of life, from tapas crawls to elegant fine dining. Then continue west to Lisbon, Portugal's capital of light. The train journey itself is part of the charm, carrying you across Iberia's changing landscapes. Lisbon unfolds across 7 hills, with yellow trams rattling through narrow streets, fado music echoing at night, and ocean breezes reminding you of Portugal's seafaring past. From the viewpoints of Alfama or the squares of Baixa, Lisbon feels both timeless and modern. Together, Barcelona, Madrid, and Lisbon capture the Iberian spirit: creativity, history, and energy, all linked by rail. This route shows how Spain and Portugal shine individually, yet blend into a single, unforgettable journey. Central Europe feels tailor-made for rail travelers. Begin in Prague, a city where every tower and bridge tells a story. The Gothic spires of St. Vitus Cathedral rise above a maze of cobblestone streets, while Charles Bridge, lined with statues, connects the old town to the castle. Cafes spill onto squares, and the Vltava River reflects the fairy tale skyline. From Prague, trains glide south to Vienna in just 4 hours. Vienna is elegance personified, the former capital of the Habsburg Empire, where Schönbrunn Palace and the Opera House recall imperial grandeur. But Vienna is also alive with music. The waltzes of Strauss, the symphonies of Mozart, and cafes where classical meets contemporary culture. Sipping coffee and tasting Sachertorte is as essential as visiting the palaces. Then it's on to Budapest, the pearl of the Danube. The train crosses landscapes of rolling fields before arriving in a city split in two. Buda with its castle and hills, Pest with its boulevards and markets. Thermal baths offer relaxation, while Parliament, illuminated at night, creates one of Europe's most unforgettable skylines. This triangle of capitals tells a story of empires, revolutions, and resilience. Each city is distinct, but the train knits them together, making it easy to experience 3 cultures, 3 cuisines, and 3 histories in one journey. Train travel is a natural choice for groups, whether it's family reunions, friends on an adventure, or themed tours with shared passions. Unlike planes, where everyone is separated by rows and security lines, trains keep groups together, making the journey itself a shared experience. Reserved seating allows everyone to sit near each other, often around tables perfect for card games, conversations, or simply enjoying snacks and wine together as the scenery passes. Some trains even offer private compartments or carriages for larger groups, creating a sense of exclusivity and comfort. Group train travel is also cost effective. Many rail companies offer special discounts, and the savings can be significant when multiplied across 10 or 20 travelers. On board, mobility is easier. People can stretch, socialize, or take a quiet moment by the window. And at every destination, the train delivers you directly into the city center, saving groups the logistics of long bus transfers from airports. Beyond logistics, though, it's about the memories. Imagine celebrating a milestone birthday with family as you cross the Alps, or a photography club capturing Ireland's coastline together from the train window. The train itself becomes part of the bonding, a place where stories are shared and laughter flows as freely as the landscapes outside. For groups, the beauty of rail is that the journey is not a delay between destinations. It's a highlight in itself, one that everyone gets to experience side by side. Planning the logistics of your train journey can unlock even more value. Rail passes, like the Swiss Travel Pass, offer unlimited journeys within a country and often include museums, ferries, and local buses. Multi country passes simplify cross border travel. Overnight trains save both time and hotel costs with comfortable cabins that transform travel into rest. Discounts for youth, seniors, and groups make rail more affordable. By thinking beyond single tickets, you gain flexibility, savings, and opportunities to enrich your itinerary with experiences included in the pass. To make the most of your European train journey, a few simple tips go a long way. Always reserve seats on high speed or popular scenic trains. This guarantees comfort and avoids surprises during busy seasons. Pack light, since most stations don't have long distance baggage handling and you'll want to move easily between platforms. Arrive a little early. European stations are often attractions in themselves, with grand architecture, cafes, and shops. Keep essentials, passports, snacks, water, and a light jacket, shell, close at hand. Finally, don't forget to look up and look out. The joy of train travel is in the views, the landscapes, and the small towns you pass through along the way. Let's take a moment to remember what makes train travel across Europe so special. Imagine gliding past vineyard covered hills in France, climbing into the snowy peaks of the Swiss Alps, or rolling along the Irish Sea between Dublin and Belfast. Picture yourself stepping off a train directly into the heart of Florence, Prague, or Lisbon. These are not just transfers, they are experiences in themselves, moments of magic between destinations. Train travel invites you to slow down, look out the window, and feel Europe unfolding before your eyes. At Europe with Indus Travels, we turn train dreams into seamless journeys. Our team designs itineraries that match your interests, whether that's culture, scenery, or hidden gems. We take care of the details, passes, reservations, and connections, so you can simply enjoy the ride. With access to exclusive discounts, insider tips, and local expertise, we make sure your experience is as smooth as it is unforgettable. Traveling by train across Europe is inspiring. Traveling by train with Indus means peace of mind, value, and memories to last a lifetime. Be sure to visit our special deals page and explore the destination pages on our website to find the latest promotions and exclusive offers. Don't miss out on our limited time sale. Select train tours across Europe are available at special rates for just 2 weeks following the webinar date. Be sure to visit our special deals page and explore the destination pages on our website to find the latest promotions and exclusive offers. Don't miss out on our limited time sale. Select train tours across Europe are available at special rates for just 2 weeks following the webinar date. As we wrap up our journey together, let's take a moment to reflect. We've seen how train travel in Europe is so much more than a way to get from point A to point B. It's immersive, letting you watch castles, mountains, and coastlines roll past your window. It's sustainable, a way to travel responsibly while reducing your footprint. And it's inspiring. Every route tells its own story, connecting cultures, cuisines, and communities along the way. From the boulevards of Paris to the peaks of the Swiss Alps, from Venice's canals to Ireland's green hills, each journey we explored today was unique. Yet together, they show a bigger picture. Europe by rail is a continent of stories waiting to be lived, one train ride at a time. Now it's your turn. Whether you dream of a single country escape or a multi country adventure, this is the moment to start planning. You can contact Indus Travels by email, phone, or live chat and begin your reservation with one of our expert sales advisors who will help design the perfect rail journey just for you. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Do you have questions about routes, passes, or destinations we've covered? Perhaps you're curious about sleeper train comfort, the best seasons to travel, or how to combine countries in one itinerary. This is your chance to ask, whether it's about logistics, scenery, or hidden gems along the way. We're here to make sure you feel confident and inspired to plan your own journey across Europe by rail. Thank you for joining us on this journey across Europe by train. From vineyards and castles to bustling capitals and seaside towns, we've seen how rail connects not just places, but experiences. If today's session has inspired you, now is the perfect time to start planning. At Europe with Indus Travels, we'll help you design the rail journey that matches your dreams. With the right routes, the right passes, and the right support. Let's turn inspiration into action and make your next European adventure unforgettable. Your seat is waiting. All aboard.